CIO Whisper. In a world where AI doesn't just support strategy, it is the strategy. Two sides go to war. On one side, vendors armed with AI that predicts, personalizes, and persuades at scale. On the other, customers wielding algorithms that dissect, simulate, and counter every move. They're both using the same weapon. So who really has the edge? The prize? $1 billion transformation deal. The battlefield? Every digital channel. The cost of losing? Everything. Two systems. One battleground. And no second chance. This is when AI took over ERP. Imagine locking millions into a system and losing every key to change it. That was ERP in the 90s. 20 years in the past, it wasn't possible. 40 years in the future, it won't be possible. Now tell me, what solution are you looking for?
But something watched, quietly. Patterns, delays, excuses all recorded. Not human memory, machine memory.
It remembered every delay, every deflection, and every moment when truth was buried to stay on schedule. But now, the schedule belongs to us.
They weren't all lies. Sometimes, they were survival. Deadlines stacked like bricks. Promises made by people who would never have to keep them. But the AI remembered who was left holding the bag. In those days, silence was safer. Speak up and you'd vanish from the next RFP. So we learned to smile. While cutting corners no one saw. But the AI, it archived everything.
They saw the gaps, but were told they were the problem. The system was perfect until it wasn't. But they remembered, and AI never forgets. Now AI listens. It sees through legacy excuses. And it's asking the one question no one dared. Why was this done like that in the first place? Decades of best practice challenged by code. Contracts, workshops, war rooms, rewritten by prompts. And the vendor? Suddenly, on the defensive. But the vendor wasn't sleeping. Their AI was watching, waiting. Not to explain, but to maintain control. The AI-powered vendor doesn't justify decisions. It calculates resistance. And it learns your business faster than you do.
You thought the vendor lost control. They didn't. They just gave the AI a friendlier face, while rewriting the rules beneath your feet.
Clean dashboards. Seamless workflows. It looked effortless. But beneath the surface, the real work was masked. By design. Legacy vendors didn't just deliver software. They delivered illusions. Beneath the simplicity was a fortress of hardwired logic. Not to help, but to control. This wasn't madness. It was structured resistance. Years of documentation. Decades of rationalization. Thousands of change requests. Now weaponized.
AI didn't arrive with blame. It arrived with pattern memory. It's not asking who failed. It's mapping why they always did.
The old blueprint was shared, but not understood. ERP wasn't built to adapt to friction, only to suppress it. ERP didn't collapse because of friction. It collapsed when customers and vendors agreed on the wrong thing.
They wrote rules once for challenges they no longer face. But AI, it remembered the reasons.
The logs told one story. The patterns told another. AI didn't flag just the failure. It flagged the denial. It remembered the undocumented workaround, the silent override, the user who always clicked twice. The memory wasn't stored in fields. It was trained into pattern. But it wasn't just watching the customer. It was watching the others. Multiple vendors. One contract. All deploying AI not just to win, but to eliminate the rest. By now, every vendor knew the game wasn't fair. One AI system could simulate pricing strategy in real time. Another could dissect rival tactics and adapt instantly. This wasn't bidding anymore. It was war.
In the end, only one AI remained. It sealed its bid, transmitting every byte directly to the customer's war room.
Before the war began, two sides prepared. The customer, armed with AI, are dug deep, demanding exact features within budget. Each vendor, using their own AI, balanced cost with capability, outsmarting competitors. Only then could a single bid truly stand. With final bid submitted, the customer's AI began its real task. Scoring, simulating, and challenging every number, every promise. Not to eliminate vendors, but to find the one that truly understood the mission. And then, the bid closed. Multiple vendors waited, but only one screen lit up. They hadn't won just a project. They'd won the war to even begin. The deal was signed. Both sides were ready. But neither came to lose.
The project had barely begun when the customer demanded more functionality. Functionality they claimed was always part of the original bid. The vendor disagreed. Their AI, running cost simulations, flagged the request as a clear change. And change meant money. But this wasn't just a standoff. It was AI versus AI, each one sharpening the arguments of their human ally, and neither side willing to back down.
The change request board assembled. Customer AI brought evidence, case studies, effort models, past vendor approvals. The vendor's AI countered, highlighting budget constraints, design impacts, and missed scope alignment. With no agreement in sight, the steering committee stepped in, guided by AI-powered insights from both sides. Some requests were approved. Others denied. But no decision was made without logic, history, and strategy fueled by AI. The vendor claimed that's not possible in this ERP version. But this time, the customer wasn't guessing. Their AI had surfaced 3 other projects, where the same functionality had already been delivered by other vendors just 1 year ago. And suddenly, the silence wasn't reassuring. Despite the tensions, the implementation moved forward. AI helped the vendor spot patterns from hundreds of past ERP rollouts. The customer used AI to align internal priorities, budgets, and timelines. And together, they delivered an ERP project on time, on budget, and on logic.
20 years in the past, it was not possible. 40 years in the future, it will not be possible. Now tell me, What functionality do you want? Both sides had upgraded. AI wasn't just a tool anymore, it was the weapon.
This was no longer preparation. Implementation had begun. And both sides, equipped with AI, were not willing to lose. The customer wanted more than what was agreed. But this time, it wasn't just one request. With AI, they challenged every line item. The vendor's AI didn't flinch, it defended the contract with commercial logic. What began as scope alignment turned into a war of interpretations. Every change was a negotiation. Every feature, a battleground.
It had to be controlled. The steering committee stepped in. Change boards tried to calm the flood. But the requests kept coming.
By now, neither side underestimated the other. There were no surprises left, only strategy. AI wasn't there to predict anymore, it was there to outmaneuver. And as Go-Live drew closer, pressure turned precision into conflict.
Change requests now came in daily. AI tried to contain the chaos. Each decision, a tug-of-war between vendor logic and customer urgency. Go-Live was no longer a date, it was a battleground.
As humans rested, AI didn't. It watched every transaction, catching errors before they became chaos, and learned with every passing minute. Even before dashboards were built, AI had already flagged what was working and what wasn't. Before humans could see the trend, AI saw the pattern. AI didn't care about politics or pride. It flagged the inefficient process, even if it was someone's favorite. And it praised the workaround that nobody documented. The truth wasn't comfortable, but it was real.
AI didn't judge, but it did reveal bias, even the ones no one wanted to admit. It flagged inefficiencies that had been normalized. Uncomfortable truths finally surfaced.
In the end, it wasn't just about AI, or ERP, or process flows. It was about facing the uncomfortable truths on both sides of the table. When the dust settled, something had changed. AI didn't just optimize tasks, it exposed intentions. Both sides paused, not to argue, but to understand. A new clarity emerged. They entered the room as opponents. But data, clean, unbiased, AI-enhanced, changed the tone. No more ego. No more bluffing. Just clarity. It wasn't about winning anymore. It was about building what matters. They didn't always agree. But the facts no longer belonged to one side. AI had leveled the playing field. Now, they could focus on what truly mattered.
No longer chasing timelines. They chased transformation. Deliverables got done. But outcomes took the spotlight. For once, success wasn't disputed.
This wasn't just delivery. It was reinvention. AI didn't replace anyone. It made the real players undeniable. It wasn't just AI that changed everything. It was how we chose to use it, and how we chose to lead. This is CIO Whisper. The future's moving fast. Subscribe for future-proof insights, or get left behind. CIO Whisper.